Turkey's Sonmez soaks in acclaim on historic Melbourne run. Anyone strolling past Melbourne Park's outer courts might have felt like they were wandering through Istanbul on Wednesday as the roars behind Turkish trailblazer Zeynep Sonmez reached deafening levels at the Australian Open. A popular draw among Turkish fans and now a crowd favourite in Melbourne after assisting an ill ball girl during her opener. Sonmez fed off the energy on court 7 to beat Hungarian Anna Bondar 6-2, 6-4, and progress. "I felt like I was at home," Sonmez told reporters after matching her best Grand Slam run of reaching the third round at Wimbledon last year. "I was feeling the energy. It was unreal. I appreciate it. I felt very good on the court. I felt the support, and I felt like we were all playing together, actually. In Wimbledon when I was playing third round, it was similar to this, but today, I felt like I never experienced something like this." Sonmez is part of a growing group of players from nations without traditional tennis pathways who are lighting up the sport's biggest stages. Filipina Alexandrila was watched by heaving crowds outside practice courts in the build-up to the Grand Slam, while Janice Tien has won new fans by becoming the first Indonesian to win a match at the Australian Open in 28 years. "I think it's good. There are some countries that are very good at tennis. You know, they're like tennis countries. We aren't one of them," Sonmez said. "It's a good thing, because there are more players and more surprises. I saw Alex playing few days ago. The crowd was crazy. I really enjoy watching those matches." Like the biggest players from the strongest nations, Sonmez also dreams of someday winning a Grand Slam. "But I'm not focusing specifically on that dream," she said. "I'm just focusing on getting better every day. I want to enjoy being on the court, because I know that I feel and I play better when I enjoy being on the court." Having come through 3 qualifying rounds before stunning 11th seed Ekaterina Alexandrova and taking out Bondar, the 112th-ranked Sonmez will look to keep her run going when she meets Kazakh Yulia Putintseva in the third round. "Right now I'm tired, because I just finished," she said. "But I'm not tired overall." Rising like the morning sun, Zeynep Sonmez's historic Melbourne run. The Australian summer sun blazed over Melbourne Park, eager to shine on the titans of tennis in their pursuit of glory at the Australian Open. But on court 7, far from the glare of the main arenas, a quieter revolution was unfolding, one that would capture hearts across continents and reframe the story of Turkish tennis forever. At the center of it all was 23-year-old Zeynep Sonmez, an unassuming qualifier from Istanbul with an unshakable resolve and a spark that refused to be stifled. Her ascent was not preordained. Ranked 112th in the world, Sonmez entered Melbourne Park with little fanfare, wrapped in the anonymity often reserved for players outside the sport's glittering elite. Yet, by the time the crowd's passionate cheers echoed under the stadium lights, she had become a phenomenon, both for her athletic accomplishments and for the humanity she displayed amid the heat of competition. From Istanbul to Melbourne, a journey defined by grit. Tennis in Turkey has historically been dominated by sports like football and basketball, with elite-level tennis players seldom breaking into the global limelight. But in recent years, that narrative has begun to shift, thanks in part to trailblazers like Kagla Bayakaki, Marcel Ilhan, and now, Zeynep Sonmez. Born and raised in the bustling streets of Istanbul, Sonmez grew up with an innate love for sport. Her early days on the tennis court were not gilded with sponsorships or global attention, but rather powered by determination and a belief that talent, when fused with effort, could transcend boundaries. Her path to Melbourne was forged through the grind of qualifiers, matches played far from the roaring crowds and TV cameras. To simply enter the main draw of a Grand Slam is, for many players, a lifelong dream. For Sonmez, it was the first step in a journey that would see her break barriers and rewrite expectations. Indeed, she became the first woman from Turkey to reach the second round at the Australian Open, stunning 11th seed Ekaterina Alexandrova in a thrilling first-round upset that turned heads around the tennis world. Her early success in Melbourne was testament to her resilience, her tactical precision on court, and an unshakable belief in her own abilities. A moment of compassion, humanity in the midst of competition. Yet, it was not only her tennis that gripped the world. During her first-round match, circumstances took an unexpected turn that revealed something deeper about Sonmez's character. In the punishing Melbourne heat, the kind that has felled even seasoned athletes, a ball girl collapsed near the court due to exhaustion. In that instant, Sonmez did something unusual in the sternly regulated world of professional sport. She stopped. She set aside the adrenaline of competition and rushed to the child's aid, gently guiding her to a seat so medical staff could assist. The crowd, hungry for drama and already captivated by the budding story of this Turkish qualifier, erupted in applause. It wasn't just cheering for the precision of a backhand or the ferocity of a serve. It was affection for a moment of pure humanity. Here was an athlete who prioritized care over winning, reminding the world that tennis is not a battle devoid of empathy, but a stage where sportsmanship and compassion can shine just as brightly. That image, of Sonmez helping a young ball girl in need, traveled fast across social media, sports broadcasts, and international headlines. In an era when elite athletes are often scrutinized for every moment of success and failure, this act of kindness became as significant as a match result. It made her, in a very real sense, a fan favorite in Melbourne, playing with heart and heritage. Sonmez's journey through the Australian Open was accompanied not just by the thunderous support of international tennis fans, but by a particularly passionate contingent of Turkish supporters. They brought flags, chants, and the kind of electric energy that transformed Court 7 into a part of Istanbul under the Antipodean skies. I really appreciated there were many Turkish people, and I felt like I was at home. Sonmez told reporters after her second-round victory over Hungary's Anna Bondar, a straight-sets triumph that advanced her to the third round. At times, the crowd was so loud she joked that she couldn't even hear her own thoughts. Such rapturous support, delivered thousands of miles from home, was both a comfort and an inspiration. This connectivity between player and crowd transcended national pride. It spoke to the universality of sporting excellence and the emotional power of representation. For many Turks who had never seen one of their own make meaningful progress on tennis's biggest stage, Sonmez became a beacon of possibility, a reminder that dreams forged on clay courts and hard courts alike can one day be realized, regardless of a country's traditional sporting pedigree.